Happy November 1st, 2024. We are 4 days away from a new president, but that's not what this video is about. I have spent the whole month of October really getting to know my 25 cal Hatsan Flash RQE, only because I've had a lot of problems with it, but the problems have actually taught me a lot about how an PCP air gun worked. So the first time I had it out, it was shooting beautifully. I even had my buddy Don out here shooting wonderfully at 35 yards, and then I cleaned it, and I could not get this thing to hold softball size targets at 30 yards. So I went ahead and got a hold of the company, and what happened when I was cleaning it out, there is a rear O-ring that was back here that I somehow pushed out. That has caused the issues with accuracy, but in that process I was grabbing velocity. So what I have to do today is re-grab all of the velocities with the rear O-ring back there, because the velocities that was pushing out seemed really low according to the company. But check this out. One of the things that surprises me about all of these pellets is look at the diameter difference. We've got 0.259, 0.250, 0.262, 0.259, 0.253, and 0.257 diameter difference on all of these pellets. So I've got heavy as 33.95 grains and as light as 20.06. So what I'm doing today, I'm not going to film all this because I have to feed these manually one by one because of the way the scope is designed. I can't fit my magazine in there, so I'm not going to video all this. I'm basically going to give you all the numbers here at the end, and then what I am going to film is I'm going to shoot these guys at 35 yards and then measure the depth of how deep the pellet went in, and that's going to decide which one I'm going to use when it comes to velocity, accuracy, and impact. First up, JSB Exact King 33.95, and I need to hold slightly low. Oh, dang. And all right there on the softball. Next we've got the Hawk Thunders, which was also equally accurate. Okay, we are now up to the Vortexes. Oh, first shot.
Vortex. Okay, any spot left. Oh, right there. Okay.
This is the H&N target, so probably not a good hunting. These, when you shoot them, pull out a really interesting ping, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Hopefully the camera will pick it up. Or one, it hit a little high. There it is, 856. Did y'all hear that noise? That right there. I'm gonna have to redo that.
No, we'll leave it. That's fine. H&T 20.6.
All right, I need to aim slightly lower. That should be a good shot. But at least it's not in the ribbon there. Woo! Here are the results from the penetration test. What I did was took a micro hex key, inserted it of where the pellet hit the softball, and then took my micrometer to measure the depth difference. So starting with the JSB Exact King Heavies, that was this impact here. That went a total of 0.383 inches in depth. The next one would be the deepest. This is the 33.9 grain Hawkeye Thunders, and that went a total of 0.645 inches in depth. Now these JSB Hades, I've had a lot of issues getting accuracy, and I took 3 shots at the softball and I was finally able to skim it. But since I have accuracy issues, I'm never going to use that thing for hunting. That's where it actually skimmed there after the 3rd shot. And so the next one would be the Vortex 24.7 grains. This was actually the second deepest at 0.506 inches, and that impact was here. And then finally, the one that I will never hunt with would be these 20 grain H&N field target trophies. They basically broke the surface, and I only got a depth of 0.165. I did get my new scope rings in. As you can tell, there's about a 1/3 to 1/4 inch, that's about a 1/3 inch gap, so I could actually shoot with the magazine now. This is an old 3x9 leaper scope. I see a lot of people using this for their air guns, and I do have my side shot mounted onto here. I don't really like this, but it's going to work for what I'm going to do. The only thing that I've got left to do is figure out how to get a light on this thing. I literally have no scope area. I think I could maybe put a side mount onto here and shoot a light that way. I can put a flashlight way under here, but I'm not a big fan of the light working that way. So it was a fun exercise getting this out in the field, and it's finally working. So now it's time to go hunting.